guys, it's your girl Sylvie, and it is another Friday where we are talking scholarships. You know the drill. Pick up a pen, pick up a paper, jot down the grantees' ideas on how you can maneuver in and get a scholarship, and you go get yourself a scholarship. So welcome, Christy.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself.
So my name is Christina and I am from Lithuania. I study in University of Tsukuba.
Okay. And what scholarship program are you on?
MEXT Scholarship.
Okay.
So Japanese government scholarship.
Okay. And what's your major?
My major, I study basically the International and Advanced Japanese Studies program, and
Okay.
I am in the first year of master course.
Okay. And tell me about your journey towards getting a scholarship. What do you think students out there trying to get scholarships can do in order to get themselves their scholarships?
So I think the first thing is to decide what you want to study,
Okay.
right? So once you know what you want to study, you can actually pick up the scholarship that is right for you.
Okay.
Like I knew what I wanted, so I knew that this specific scholarship is working for me, and I didn't need to bother myself with like
Other
other
things.
scholarships, right?
Yes.
So it was pretty easy in that like field, right?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And before that, I was actually working with scholarships, so I kind of know what mistakes students are doing.
Please tell
Yeah.
us. Please tell us.
So I was always saying, like, please students, do your homework.
Okay.
If you think to apply for the scholarship,
Yeah.
please be so kind and read the guidelines.
Yeah.
Like, don't just scan them, just read them.
Yeah.
Because there is so much information, and sometimes students would ask, like, okay, what can I study in that country?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But the answer is already in the guidelines.
Yes.
And I think once you ask these questions that show that you didn't read before, you are not really interested in reading a lot on yourself, that doesn't create a good image of you as an applicant.
Yeah.
Because you are just a lazy person, right?
Yes.
So do your homework and
Okay.
read at least the guidelines. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Then you can read a lot besides the guidelines, like
Okay.
on the internet, on various websites. So guidelines of the scholarship are super important.
Okay.
Then it's really important to choose university. Don't choose university which you think is cool. Like, research on it. Find a university that fits your own study interests.
Okay.
But also check if you can fit university's interest as well. If your, for example, academic background or academic reports are good enough,
Yeah.
and you will be able to actually follow the courses in specific university. Also, I think sometimes students underestimate the location of university when they are choosing it. Like, everyone thinks, like, for example, in Japan, right? Everyone thinks that Tokyo University is the coolest, right?
Yes. Yes. That's true.
But I think sometimes, and I heard from my own working experience, students who go even to smaller cities like Yokohama, for example,
Yeah.
and they were struggling because the city is too big for them. So I think it's also really important to think if, like, you like the place,
Yeah.
if the weather conditions are okay, like for
okay
example,
for you.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. Very
So,
important.
Yeah, so this is also important. And find the professor.
Yes.
Find the professor that would agree to guide you through your research. And while looking for this professor, again, don't look for the professor that looks handsome or pretty, right?
Yeah.
Look for the professor who is interested in the same field as you are. Yeah. And while you are choosing actually the country for your studies, also it's important to know before choosing the country, it's also important to know what you want to study. Because, for example, if I want to study English language, even though I love Japan, probably it's not the best place to study English, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
it's also like you have to think which country suits your study interest best.
Yeah.
So after you know which university you want to go, you found your professor that will guide you, you read the guidelines, and you know what kind of documents you have to submit. So please carefully prepare all the documents. Don't just file random documents and send it. Just make a nice file where the people in charge would see, okay, this is this document, we need 3 copies. Okay, we have 3 copies. So please be sure to make enough copies, to be sure to submit originals where they ask originals, and and always, like, after reading the guidelines, after trying to find out things by yourself, I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of questions. Still, don't be afraid to ask. At least in my country, regarding MEXT Scholarship, we know people who have applied
Yeah.
and who had scholarship and who went to Japan. So we ask them.
Very important.
Yeah, so try to find the alumni of those scholarships.
Yes.
They can tell you a lot of things, sometimes even more things than staff who's in charge of the scholarships. Because once you receive the scholarship, you know a little bit more what happens after you receive than those people who are actually in charge of the whole selection for the scholarship in your country. Yeah, so also the key point, submit documents on time. Don't be late. If it's Friday 5 p.m., so don't submit it Friday 5:05.
Yes.
So it's important to submit it on time. Of course, it's better to submit it a little bit earlier, so that if something is missing, you can still have time to fix it.
Yeah.
And I think if you know that for a certain scholarship you'll have exam, as in next case, please prepare for the exam.
Right?
Don't come just like, it will be fine.
Yeah.
No, it won't be fine.
Yeah.
You have to prepare for your exam.
Yeah.
And especially for those who are applying for undergraduate program. And especially kids from non-English speaking countries. Like, keep in mind that all these exam tasks will be in English. And it's sometimes so sad to see, like, kids with really good, like, physics or biology, chemistry knowledge, but they just don't show it because they are not used to doing exercises in English. So please try to find, and for at least Monbukagakusho exams, there is a website where they upload, of course not all years, but maybe 4 to 5 years ago, tasks, and you can check how they look like. Of course they're not going to be the same, but the idea is still the same. So just practice and try, so that you would know what to expect. And also, after you successfully pass the exam, there will be an interview. Interview is sometimes, I think, might be even more important, because here you can actually really sell yourself, show your motivation, which is really important. And if the commission that's just talking to you, evaluating you, is choosing from you and Mr. B, so it's the time where you can show that you are much better than Mr. B, Mr. C, and all the rest. So it's really important during the interview to show your motivation. Why you chose specific program, why you chose specific country to study. And since you are going to study, and since the scholarships are for studying, I don't think it's really that good idea to spend 15 or 10 minutes talking about beautiful nature of Japan, or Sakura, Samurai, Fujisan, and so
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
try to keep a little bit more academic level.
So good luck with applying for your scholarships. Thank you so much, Christy.
Thank you. Good luck, everyone.
Yes, so from Christy and I, goodbye.
Bye.
See you.